Oh, did you have more at the funeral home you wanted to talk about?
It was just so weird. And like they bring you into a conference room, and in our conference room, there was like a painting of this lady, and we're like, who the fuck is this lady? Like, it was so bizarre looking.
Was it?
It almost felt like.
Was it erotic or something? Nobody's listening, right? Hi, Andy.
Hello.
How are you? How's things?
Come on, that's weird. That's very, very weird.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to get in here.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a tough time.
Mm-hmm.
We all are.
Yeah.
For anyone who didn't listen last week, we experienced the loss of our beloved Malcolm Rosen, your dad.
Yeah.
And we are now all back home together in LA.
Yes.
You just got back
yesterday?
2 nights ago.
Oh, yeah, 2 nights ago.
And you want to just fill us in?
Yeah. As far as anybody listening,
Yes.
I want to send a deep, deep thank you to all of the so
Hundreds
many
of
super
comments.
sweet comments that truly meant so much to me. So thank you to all of you that sent sweet words about my dad and all the love coming. It was really, really nice to see.
I also love that, in so many of the comments, they reference things he had said on the podcast. And, I feel like they really got to know him a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it just felt so authentic and sincere, all of the comments and support.
Yeah, it was super sweet. Also, my mom just told me that she found out that one of her friends' daughters listens to the show, which I believe you figured out as well.
I did. Can I say what it is?
I think maybe let's just give a shout out to Tanya and leave it at that. And Tanya, know that my mom adores your dad, and I hope to meet you in person at some point, Tanya. I think the chances are pretty high. So, and I heard that you're amazing. So I can't believe you're listening.
Nice.
And the only problem with all of this, and Tanya, if you can take this to heart, let's not talk about the podcast too much to get it to a point where my mom starts listening to the show.
Yeah, we don't want that.
We don't need her listening to the show. So maybe don't tell your dad the name of our show. I don't know. Maybe the cat's already out of the bag. But
your mom does know what our show is called. Actually, we don't know that.
I don't know if she does. And I still think podcasting is a little confusing for her.
Sure.
But she did say, she knows that you're listening, Tanya, and it's amazing that you're listening. So anyway,
sweet.
shout out, Tanya.
Shout out, Tanya.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just back up a little bit. We were in France.
Yes.
I thought, the last real episode we had,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sorry to bring this to the table. I really am. But actually, in a weird way, I feel like your dad would appreciate this.
Okay.
But I had berated you for consistently bringing up bathroom stories.
Right.
In our podcast. And then I thought, well, joke's on me because we got the stomach flu and I had a real situation.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to be the big thing happening in our lives for 2 days of stomach flu.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the news that your dad had passed.
Yeah.
And it was pretty sudden.
Yes.
I know that's hard to understand because he had stage 4 melanoma.
Yeah,
we had been talking about it.
Yeah, we had talked about it, and we had visited right before we went to France. But there was a sense of we weren't that worried about being gone for a month or 6 weeks. It's one of those things where things were getting much better for a while, seemed to have stabilized for a while. So it was a shock.
Yeah, and in my mind, having lost a parent to cancer, it's there are these stages to the progression.
Yeah.
And there's, usually a period of time, usually a month or a couple months of hospice.
Yeah.
And your dad was up and walking around 2 days before this happened.
Yeah.
So it just felt very sudden and hard. But the silver lining is he didn't have those months of what would not have been.
Yeah. And he passed away at home. And
Yes.
yeah. So, oh my God, I'm only about maybe 10 days out from it or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's still so fresh and weird and new and
in those
hard.
10 days, I mean, I know that feeling of like you have to be there.
Yeah.
Like you got the news and immediately we're packing and on a train and on a flight and got to Boise to be with your mom and brother. And I'm so glad the three of you have each other and your brother's amazing wife and daughter and everyone being together and supportive.
Yeah.
And then I brought the kids back, a week later.
Yeah. Yeah. So you were doing it alone in France for a little bit.
Yeah.
Which was, it was weird.
It was
a very weird week.
Weird week. But also, I feel...
that also sounded like, and also one of the best weeks of my life.
We had some magical moments. No, it was a fucking weird week. The trip ended at that moment, obviously, that we heard the news. And then we were just kind of biding time until we could get home. And it felt so... And there will be a celebration of life, so we'll all be going back to Boise very soon.
Yes.
But it feels good to be home. And then we got home and we had a couple days, the three of us at home without you. And it didn't feel like we were kind of normalized again until you came home. And I will say it was a little bit, some 9 days of me and the kids, just 24 hours, no separation.
Yeah.
I do need alone time.
Yeah.
It's part of my makeup. And I tried to do my best in parenting. And I think I did well in some respects.
I'm sure you did fine.
But when you got home and like the next morning, it was like, oh, laughter and joy is back in the house. And Teddy, or I don't even know if someone commented, maybe it was just in my mind, but I was like, oh, good, the fun parent's back and we all can lighten up. But you do make me, you do bring out my playful side. And I was so happy that you still, even though you're grieving and you're in a hard time, you're still you.
Yeah, I'm still me.
Yeah.
Well, it's also crazy to think, too, you during that time being alone, it's extra intense because this thing had just happened and you're in a foreign country. And like just the whole thing for all of us was so surreal. Like, beyond.
It was.
Yeah.
I feel like, these things happen and the whole trip.
Do they?
I didn't mean to say that in such a dismissive way. Sorry. I don't mean these things happen.
Travel plans get changed. These things happen.
Oh, God.
No,
I'm so bad about
Listen, this is the first time I've kind of been able to joke about this stuff from this side of the table a little bit.
Yeah.
This is me dipping my toe in a very different way, but,
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring a little levity to it.
Yes, I'm sorry about everything that I'm will say that's it's a loss for me too. I love Malcolm very much. And but obviously nothing compared to what you and your family are going through and your poor mom.
That's one of the hardest things, and I might get super emotional at, or I might just be a stone that feels nothing throughout this podcast. We'll see how it goes.
Choose your path.
But that's one of the hardest things to see during all of this.
56 years.
Yeah, and
of marriage.
Wait, no, I think 59.
Wow.
And just that aspect of, they spent all of their time together. And just that reality is like, it's so hard to wrap my head around for my mom. But I actually just talked to her about half an hour ago. She told me about Tanya and she was getting some fertilizer for the yard and stuff. It sounded like a good day as far as days can go. There's going to be a lot of hard times ahead, but it was nice to hear about fertilizer, and she had pumpkin pancakes with a neighbor and
oh, cute.
You know what I mean? So
I do feel like your mom has created this community around her that it gives me so much comfort.
And I told you just going to the grocery store that my mom can walk to, an Albertsons. So this is this isn't like a local corner
mom and pop
store.
shop.
This is a regular Albertsons. They all know her. When we went in and they found out about my dad, all the checkout people were giving her hugs. I mean, it's so, yeah.
I'm not surprised. I mean, she's so charming and lovable. And I'm worried about her in the sense you would be worried about anyone, but I know that she's going to be okay and surrounded by support.
Yeah.
I kind of want to start calling her. Do you think she'd like that or?
Unbelievably, she would like it.
Really?
It was really interesting to see how much people reaching out meant to her. And I think this is a good thing for everyone to think about. I've definitely had those feelings before when someone passes away and maybe you know them well. Maybe it is, someone related to someone you know very well. Maybe there's a distance between that or whatnot. But having that question like, should I reach out or not? Like sometimes when it's a little further removed from you.
Yeah.
It's always a super nice thing. I got a DM from a music producer that like I really look up to. That I was like, what? You like, I don't know this guy like at all, really. But it was just so nice to get that message.
Yes, it's such a moment of connection. And even I really wanted to call your mom and you were like, I'd give it a minute.
Yeah.
And then when I did call her, I was like, she was so happy to have calls.
But she would be thrilled to hear from you. And just watching her see things, one of her best friend's sons like sent a wind chime and like how much that meant to my mom.
That's such a beautiful thing to do.
Yeah. But, just like, so I think that stuff's incredible.
That is incredible.
Now, I do want to today talk about a little bit of the dark side of it and the ridiculousness. I have some funeral home stuff I need to get off my chest here.
Yes. Okay.
But let's start with a couple, like, just kind of somewhat beautiful things that happened that I haven't told you about yet.
Great.
So the first thing, and none of these necessarily feel like a sign or anything, maybe not even a wink or anything, but it was just like nice to experience these things. So the day after he passed, I got on a plane that morning from Paris to go back home. Yes. So the day he passed away, we were in Bordeaux. I got on a train. I got to Paris, and then the next morning I go. And obviously, I'm like,
out beside yourself.
It is surreal, crazy, crazy world. What's real? What's a dream? Like it's just weird.
Yeah.
And I take the little tram to the airport, and I got all my bags and everything. And then I'm getting on the escalator to go into the Paris airport, and there are two escalators both going up. I have my bags and whatnot, and I'm about maybe a quarter of the way up, and I look over to the right of me, and there is a young lady decked out in like a flight attendant outfit.
Decked out?
Yeah, but it almost looks like old-timey.
Okay.
But like... And I don't know, maybe it was like an Air France stewardess or something, but it was just like, whoa, very sort of striking. And I looked over at her, and I'm telling you, she looked like frozen in time, like my friend Ashley, who had passed away. Oh. And I mean, so much so that I almost was like, Ashley? Like, it was unreal.
And this is your friend who had cancer in college.
Who had the exact same thing as my father, actually, which is another kind of weird side note.
She had melanoma?
Yeah.
And she was like 19?
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she also really got a kick out of my dad. And it was so wild. And it did sort of feel like a little wink, sort of.
100%.
But it was it was just, I looked
Wow.
over and just wanted to say, Ashley? Like, and then it hit me
Wow.
like, wait, what the, like, it was really wild.
Wow,
So,
that's amazing.
yeah, so that was kind of crazy. And then the flight out of Paris, the clouds, and maybe I tried to get some footage of it, unlike anything I've ever seen in my life, like really wild. So that was just so surreal and
Beautiful,
yeah,
like
beautiful and
fluffy.
magical and like just wild. So that was crazy. So
Wow.
that made for a very just heavy morning.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that happened was my parents, I found out, have don't know how to use email really.
Mm-hmm.
So at first I was in my mom's email and I'm looking for some email addresses for people to invite to like the memorial service,
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like confirming some people I know, like, is this their email address? And like it looks like no one writes my mom back, like at all, because like their email address will come up, but I see zero messages from them.
Okay.
Okay. Then I realize like, oh, my mom just deletes any message that comes in.
Huh.
Right. So she's not archiving.
Okay.
I then find out that my dad does that too, because when I get on his computer to look for some email addresses of people, there's literally no messages in my dad's email.
What?
He just deletes everything. Once he's read it, it's gone. Okay?
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if this is on purpose. More than likely, they don't know about the archiving feature and they just don't know how to do it, is my guess.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, you kind of think of it that way. Like a letter comes in, a bill comes in, and snail mail, and you throw it away.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow, my dad has another computer that's older, that's like dead. And we want to resurrect it because my mom says like my dad might have some writings on there. I'm thinking like maybe there's some old photos on there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's revive this old computer just to see if there's anything on it that we would want. So I plug it in overnight. It's an old like 2013 MacBook. And the next day I go and it boots up.
Wow.
It's great. One funny thing is I'm looking at it and I'm like, what is the password? And it's not the password of my dad's current computer.
Okay.
And then when you hover over the password field, a hint pops up, which I'm like, oh, a hint? I didn't even know Max did that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just says fruit. And I'm so goddamn stupid that I'm like, what fucking fruit is it? And I'm like, Mom, well, like what fruit would dad? And then I'm like, oh, it's fucking apple. I'm so stupid. It's an Apple computer.
Uh-huh.
And I type in apple and I'm in. Great. So I go in and I go on the documents folder on a Mac, which everyone knows. And I'm seeing some of his stories that I know are his that he's written. And then I see letter to Andy and Matt, my brother.
No.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? What is this? And I click on it and it's a PDF screenshot. Okay. And the screenshot is of an email that he's sent. And what's also interesting is like you can tell he took the screenshot right after he sent it because it says 0 minutes in the Gmail of like when it was.
So this is how he's saving an important email.
Yes. And it is the sweetest email you can imagine. And it's from 2015.
Do you remember receiving this?
And I'm like, oh my God, did I get this? Like, right? And so I quickly go into my email and yes, I had received it. And I wrote back like super sweet, but it was like out of nowhere, this email.
Wow.
And I can then remember like, why did he send this? Like, but like,
I vaguely remember this too.
really? So
Yes.
I am like so floored that I got to see that he'd saved this.
And then it's like him messaging you.
So then the computer dies moments after. Dead. Like,
What?
so wild. I wanted to transfer those files to like a little thumb disk. And I'm in the process of doing that. The computer dies. I get
Wow.
when you restart it, the just like flashing question mark. I start doing all this research, trying all these things. And I'm a very handy guy when it comes to Macs and
Yeah,
Apples.
you know the stuff. Yeah.
The hard drive failed. Like, we're talking minutes after I just
That's
luckily
totally
saw
him
that
sending
thing.
you.
But so that was, yeah.
Wow.
And I can't read it. It's too personal, and I will die if I read it right now. But let's just say, like,
Everything that you would want to hear as a son.
it was in that email. Yeah.
Oh my God, Andy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really nice. Really,
That's
really nice.
incredible.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a quick kind of little funny thing?
Please.
So after you left Bordeaux, you know, I'm there with the kids, and it was really interesting. Like, our kids were trying to reach out to their friends, but didn't want to share what had happened.
Right.
Whereas I feel like my instinct would have been, I want my friends to know immediately. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't in their shoes. But I noticed a thing, like they've been immersed in this culture for a month. And I was like, oh no. They both are like just speaking incessantly about France and
to their friends.
And to the degree, and like using French language. And I was like, how do I nip this in the bud? And we're like all in high emotions, feeling a little fragile. I didn't want to say anything that would make them feel embarrassed or anything. But I also thought, this can't continue.
Yeah.
And I could see them coming back and going to school. I mean, they're so excited about what they've learned and the culture and had such an amazing time. And that, you know, the language, our one child's French accent is like impeccable.
But you don't want them to be those kids that like, well, in France, you know how they do it like this. Too much
and
of
also like that it's better or worse. Listen, both places have pros and cons. And now that we're home, I'm like so happy to be home.
And you're like, lead with the death, you know, lean into that,
you
guys.
have something kind of big to talk about? No, but I found this, I remembered this Instagram video, and I might play it. And I thought, what a great example of how comedy can be our kind of teacher without being forceful. But this is Leo Gonzalez on Instagram. Do you know him? He's so funny. And he has this video. It's like that friend who's just returned from France dealing with jet lag. Okay, hang on.
Bonjour. So embarrassing. I mean, hello. I'm so sorry about that. I just got back from some travels, so please excuse the jet lag in France. Okay, so I am going to 9 hours ahead, so I'm just like it would be 3 a.m. right now. Okay, let me get you probably don't have croissants, right? Okay, I'll just do
Okay.
Is that his friend sitting with him like embarrassed?
Yeah, his friend's like embarrassed, and it's played so subtly. Even the friend's reaction is so good. So I won't play the whole thing right now, but I played this for our kids, and they were dying. And I feel like it got the message through in such a great way.
That's smart.
So then our son, who is just, I don't know where these kids came from. They're so brilliant.
Yeah.
Our son really got into very, very complex origami.
It's unfucking real what he has figured out.
And he will do it for like 7. I mean, I had to actually, I'm not proud of this, but I used it as a like consequence a few times because he basically didn't want to go do anything after you left. And he just wanted to do origami all day. And I was like, you are not going to be allowed to do origami. I used it as a consequence if you don't come to the skate park with me and Teddy or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But what were you going to say?
I was going to say I was the person that was doing all the cutting of the like cutting these like specially measured sheets and whatnot.
Yes.
And I can only imagine me leaving, what that meant for you to figure out how to cut the paper for
I
him.
was so scared because he needs it so precise.
Yeah.
And our feelings were heightened, but when he really cares about things, he gets especially like so upset. And we're working on that, like regulating emotions. He's only 9, but
you also probably wanted to deliver the origami goods in this time.
Yes.
To keep
I wanted it to be what he wanted.
Yes.
And I think I did a pretty good job. But his origami is everything to him right now. And he's doing stuff that I'm like, this should be in a museum. It's crazy. So before you got home the other day, in France, we had these big rolls of paper that were wonderful and easy to use and like seemed made for this. Well, we come back and I ordered a roll of paper online and it came and it's just shitty. It's not good. It like stretches. It's not good for origami. He's really upset.
Yeah.
And I, helped him process those feelings. Well, 2 days ago, he sent me a Amazon link.
Okay.
And he said, on a video I was watching, they said this is what you should use for the Ryujin 3.5, which is like the origami
Holy
model.
grail of origami.
Now, keep in mind, this video we watched was from like 4 days ago.
Okay.
And maybe we've revisited it once. The kids love it. And think it's so funny.
Yeah.
And we play acted being these assholes.
Great.
Which we all kind of were already. It was a good reminder. So he sends me this link. I write back, ordered. He wrote back, yay. And then the next line is, merci. Oh, I mean, thank you. I was just in France.
Days later?
Days later. He has the thought to think of this.
Shit.
And I'm like, now I'm sharing this on a podcast and people might be like, ugh, everyone thinks their kid is so funny. But I really am like, he is so funny.
That's pretty fucking clever.
Is clever.
To do that days later.
Yes.
Wow.
Anyway. Well, outside of that, it has helped immensely with my jet lag.
Yeah, I do actually. I've seen what you've been knocking back these days. I saw it in the fridge when I got home.
Well, I put it right here.
Oh, geez.
It's a delicious little shot of pep for me, okay?
So are you going to do it right now?
Yes, I'm going to take this. Now, this is Magic Mind, my friend. Yeah. I love this stuff so much. It's a full daily dose of vitamins B, C, and D. And it totally helps eliminate my brain fog. It's been a lifesaver for the jet lag on the way back. Here I go. I swear to God, I've been feeling such a difference in my life now having this back in my life.
Yeah.
And the jet lag on the way there was rough,
Yeah.
and it has been helped so much by this. So we were relying a lot in Europe on coffee and soda caffeine.
I drank a lot of soda.
Because you need that extra kick. But
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
discovered is it's not good for me, that kind of caffeine. It makes me jittery.
Yeah.
And I feel even more scattered after having soda or coffee caffeine at lunchtime.
Yeah.
This is the right kind of boost. It lowers my stress.
Yeah?
And it has something called, these are big words, adaptogens and nootropics that are scientifically proven to support stress reduction. So I beg the question of our listeners and you. Even if you're not dealing with jet lag, surely we are all dealing with being overstimulated, exhausted. And I'm wondering if you would like to enjoy this tasty mental performance shot in addition to your daily routine to help reduce stress and stay focused.
Okay.
And all without the jitters.
Okay.
I think you will love this, okay? It's also 100% safe and to help you feel even better about your already awesome self.
Okay.
Magic Mind is 100% carbon neutral and donates 5 cents for every bottle to mental health nonprofits, specifically dealing with the unhoused community.
Oh, I like that.
So it's good upon good upon good.
Okay.
This is their best offer ever. I'm about to spew.
Drop it.
It's available right now to you and everyone listening. Get 50% off this Magic Mind offer at magicmind.com/NLR50. That's 50. I'm not saying 15. 50% off. Or you can scan the QR code that's on the screen right now. That's magicmind.com/NLR50. Andy.
Yeah.
Another reason I am so happy to be home
Yes.
is that I have been reunited with my new OneSkin scalp serum.
Oh, yes, you have.
OS1 hair. Now, people are raving about it online, and for good reason. I'm already obsessed, and just like I am with all of their products. But people are saying things like, my hair has never felt this thick and full. My scalp feels healthier than ever. And I started 3 months ago, and I'm seeing new little hairs on my scalp, which is such a great feeling.
Yes.
I had that after giving birth because you lose hair. And then I wish I had the OS1 scalp serum at the time. It would have come in so much faster. One customer even wrote, I have tried everything for hair growth, and finally I'm getting a response from my hair. So I am just so excited to see what this does to this mane I've got. Now, their skincare, their sun protection, SPF, I live and die by. I use it so much. And now hair. And I just want to say to OneSkin, keep it coming. I will follow you wherever your product line goes.
You know who else is following them now?
Who?
My mother.
She is?
Yeah, I was visiting with my mom recently, and we're watching TV, and a OneSkin ad pops up, and I'm like, oh, S1! Like, I know it. My mom's like, you know about this? And I was like, oh, yeah. And
wait, I thought you were going to say she because she listens to our podcast, she used our code.
No, I think she probably used somebody else's code, but we're going to fix that, and we're going to fix that for everybody listening right now.
Yes, because anyone listening, if they are ready to give OS1 hair a try, they're going to get 15% off their first 3-month supply with code NLR at oneskin.co. And I just want to remind everyone that their patented OS1 peptide is scientifically proven to target aging at the cellular level. And this company was founded by all-female PhD smarty pants. They put their products to the test and have science backing it. They did a clinical study showing that after 6 months, participants had significantly thicker and denser hair.
That's what you want.
That is what you want. It's like this product line was created for me and your mother. So OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, OneSkin keeps your skin and hair looking and acting younger for longer. For a limited time, you, dear listener, can try OneSkin with 15% off using code NLR at oneskin.co. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Unlike my mother-in-law, I want you to tell them that you heard about them from us. So please support our show and tell them we sent you with code NLR.
That's oneskin.co. Use that code NLR. All right, speaking of clever kids, I found this little book while I was going through my folks' stuff that was written by one Andrew Rosen.
No!
It's a quick little story, and then at the end, there's a little biography about me, and I want you to read this.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
excited. Speaking of clever kids, okay?
Okay, can I just start off?
Yeah.
First of all, back then, we didn't have, huge stores that you can order from, and they deliver the stuff overnight or whatever.
Yeah. This looks like a school project.
Okay, because a teacher got this guy for you because this already it's like that binded plastic binder thing.
Yeah, it's got some cardstock
great
as the cover.
Cardstock. It has purple on purple, but there's a matte purple and then a shiny purple, and the title says "Split Seconds" by Andrew Rosen, and there is a perfect little crevasse. Fracture in the split seconds.
Could a kid have done that? I'll put this in the video, so you can follow along with it. But
I'm very impressed with this. I'm intrigued. I want to know what's in here.
Yeah.
I'm going to open.
Yeah.
It's by Flynn Park Publishing Facility, which was your elementary school.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know why it says Thomas number 16 in the top corner.
Thomas number 16, I don't know.
Okay, Split Seconds, written and illustrated by Andrew Rosen, March 1989.
So I wrote it and I did the drawings.
You were 10 years old.
10 years old.
Okay. One day, I was walking in a gully at my farm. Gully, again.
Sure, snakes in the gully, yep.
I had never heard the word gully.
Well, we had one in our farm, so that's how I know about gullies.
Okay. Well, you told the snake story recently, and I heard the word gully. And just so you know, the feature film I'm writing, gully is all over the script.
That's great. Okay, don't sidetrack too much from my story because it's clever.
Okay, I looked down, and there was a bullet in the dirt.
Ooh.
When I looked up, I saw people with guns.
Yikes.
This is disturbing. I ran as fast as I could. Someone shot, but it wasn't true. Huh? Now everything was fading except for the bullet coming at me.
Okay.
And there is a picture of a boy, I assume is you, the author, with saying, "Oh no,"
Yeah,
and
someone shooting.
shooting at you.
Yep.
This is upsetting,
Well,
especially this day and age. Suddenly, everyone was gone. Then an acorn hit me. For a minute, I didn't move at all. This is all very nicely typed. Do you think you typed this? Or?
I don't know. I have a lot of questions that we'll get to at the end.
Okay. Then I got up and kept on walking. Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Next, I found a dog skull. Fuck.
Yeah.
The next thing I knew, I was I was in a civil rights march.
Yeah, I was in a civil rights march. That's right.
And a mean German shepherd bit me.
Whoa. Now, that's interesting because that is imagery from civil rights marches.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, the German shepherds, for sure. Can't you envision that, seeing the old videos of marches and the dogs
The
lunging?
police dogs
Yeah.
lunging at the protesters?
Mhm.
Wow.
I think, yeah, but okay.
God, what a day.
Okay.
I fell to the ground. I had tripped over some old dull, nice descriptive words, barbed wire. When I pulled up my pant leg, there was blood. The dog skull and then the civil rights. Wow.
Yeah.
I slowly got up. I started walking. My leg hurt, but it really didn't hurt. Or did it? I looked around. I walked toward a vine. I swung on it. It was neat. When I let go, I landed in a rainforest of the Amazon.
Yeah.
I was very scared, but I had to see the land. I felt like I knew someone there, so I looked around. I was getting very hungry. I saw animals, but no signs of any people around here. Suddenly, I saw a 12-foot python. I chased it, only to find myself back in the gully, standing over a little garter snake. Snakes in the gully.
Whoa.
I looked up and heard my mother say, "Come on, we're going now." About the author.
So that's the end of the story.
That's the end.
Interesting end. Split second. What does it mean? Was this a prompt the teacher gave? Was it all a dream? Is that what what is going on in this?
Can I offer a hypothesis? And I don't mean to upset. I want to get to the...
You're going to upset me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mean to... No, I don't mean to be disrespectful of the author.
Okay, bring it.
I think that where the acorn part happened should have been in the beginning. Like you were walking around a farm, an acorn hit you in the head and you fell.
Okay.
Then there was a bullet in the dirt. Someone was shooting at you. You found a dog skull. You're at a civil rights march. You're in the Amazon. There's a python. And then you're waking up back where you were and your mom's saying, "Come on, it's time to go." Split second. So in a split second, you had all of this, like you were in a different state of mind kind of thing.
Okay, number one, shut your fucking face. Number two, don't you think that the acorn might have been, I'm talking about the bullet and then the acorn happening after in the story? It was like, that was where I'm getting mixed up, that the acorn symbolized the bullet? It hitting me in the head or something?
Well, it is confusing, like bullets
Okay, anyways, get to the bibliography or biography or whatever it is.
Okay, about the author.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Who will celebrate his 10th birthday on April 12th.
I'm only 9 here. Wow.
Oh, wow. Is in Miss Thomas's 4th grade class.
I liked her.
He lives with his parents and his older brother, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew enjoys playing soccer, both indoor and outdoor, and playing the piano.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Science is his favorite subject at school.
Okay.
For relaxation, Andrew enjoys watching reruns of old Saturday Night Live shows on Nickelodeon.
Nice.
They had that on Nickelodeon?
I don't know if it was on Nickelodeon, but I loved watching Saturday Night Live.
As a 9-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh. Or just looking through his collection of magazines, car, skateboard, and sports.
Nice.
Given a choice of any trip in the world, Andrew would choose a ski trip to Sun Valley, Idaho.
Wow, I ended up living there.
Where he would dine on steak, French fries, cream soda, and cherry pie.
Love it.
Is that something that like you experience? Is so specific. It sounds like a dream meal.
I liked cream soda back then, so yeah, it's great.
Andrew has wanted to become an orthodontist.
You goddamn right.
When he grows up.
Yep.
Since he was in kindergarten.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to be an no one wants to be an orthodontist.
My entire life, I've wanted to be an orthodontist.
Don't want to be orthodontists.
Mm-hmm.
High rate of suicide.
Are orthodontist or dentist or
Oh,
all
actually,
of it? And every time you say this, I don't know. I don't know. It's not a great look.
okay. Andrew has had previous
Previous what?
publications with the Flynn Park Publishing
That's
facility.
what you were just laughing about?
Yes.
Why were you laughing about that part? That's very nice.
No, it is. It is very nice. I wish they were listed here.
I just thought that was an interesting little. I thought it was a weird story for a 9-year-old. And
It's
what
pretty
was the
dark.
prompt? Yeah, did they steer me down this way?
Split seconds, and then looking back on this, I really do think that the acorn thing is in the wrong.
Okay, I
timeline.
don't. I could give a shit about your notes on this particular story. Maybe other
Is it
stories
too late
okay.
for notes? No, that's amazing.
But isn't that
You
weird?
were clever
I
and
know.
creative. And I love that they publish this. I feel like that's a tough thing for a teacher to and little Andy's like, and then I found a dog skull.
Do you think the whole time they're typing it and I'm saying it and they're like, "Are you sure? A dog skull?"
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think,
a dog skull.
I don't think you
That's what I said.
because it's too
Is that a typewriter?
yes.
Did they have they didn't have Microsoft Word then, did they?
I don't think so.
Anyways.
Wow, that's really what a treasure.
Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to share with you is, we go to the funeral home and God, what a weird place. Funeral homes,
Yeah.
really weird.
Yes.
And my dad wanted to be cremated.
Yeah.
And at the funeral home, we were doing some research, I guess, before we got to the funeral home about urns, because most Jewish people don't get cremated. That's
Right.
changing, we found out. We spoke to a rabbi, and that's changing now, and there's different parts of the world where it's more popular than others. But traditionally, it's not that common due to some beliefs. But we were just curious, do they, for that reason, would they even have urns that had the Star of David on them?
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you do a quick Googs of that and sure, those pop up, right?
Sure.
Everything's out there.
Yes.
So then it gets me thinking well, they got to sell urns on Amazon. That's got to be a spot, but how weird is that? Type in, urns on Amazon, just tons of urns.
Whoa.
Which sort of makes a lot of sense, but at first felt a little wild.
A lot of people need them.
And if you got that Amazon Prime, why not?
And you need them
You
in a
need them
pinch.
quick. You need them quick,
And
potentially.
Yes.
Then I'm thinking, though, hey, if we really want an urn and we maybe want some Jewish symbolism on it, I
Yeah.
bet Etsy probably
Yes.
is the mother lode, is my thought.
Absolutely.
So I enter Etsy urn area, and wow, what a world, okay?
Really? Ooh.
I don't know how my brother and I stumbled on this, but this led to a chain reaction of things
Okay.
where we first see a Star Trek urn,
Oh boy.
okay? And we're like, wow, that's specific.
Yeah.
But then you
know
think-
what? You're not that surprised by that. And Star Wars, iconic things that people are really into,
Yes.
there's going to be an urn for it.
And also, and I bet there's some listeners thinking this right now, Star Trek also very famous for Spock saying, "Live long and prosper."
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
So it's Star Trek, that makes sense, and fandom and everything you just said, and live long and prosper. But
On an urn, though.
on an urn, though.
Live long is tough.
Yeah.
It's
that
it's
was
not
on the
like
urn.
eternal life, unless you're looking at
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, yeah. But that gets my brother and I thinking, what's out there?
Oh yeah.
So we just start firing things into Etsy, this urn. Is there a Pokemon urn? That seems pretty, they're
Obviously.
being caught in their, Pokeballs and
yeah.
stuff like that. But then are there Star Wars urns? Of course there are, but maybe not as much as Star Trek for the reason I said before. Then we're putting in like just DC Comics urns because my brother, that was a selection. And boy, I didn't realize there would be so many different DC Comics cremation urns.
Wow. Okay. Is the quality really across the board? Or are they all pretty high quality? Or are they all pretty low quality? Like,
I think that's probably more in the eye of the beholder and hard to say. I think you could definitely spot like a really not good urn. But then I think when you get to, I think there's like an area you land in where you're like, that's a decent urn, you know?
yeah.
Where then, you know, but then you can spend obviously lots more money.
And I do want to ask you, because your dad's urn will be at the home with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Was she part of this?
Not during this time. This was us doing some research before we went to the funeral home.
Okay.
Because we're thinking, listen, they're going to show us stuff at the funeral home, but like, what are the chances in Idaho that they're going to have an urn with maybe some Jewish stuff on it?
Sure.
We're like zero.
And it
probably.
sounds like you also just started kind of diverting.
Yeah, and we're in this, and it starts intriguing us, and we realize it's like sort of out there and dark. But then we get to this urn that I'm about to show you. It's just so much. It's just, it crosses the line for me.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Do you want to describe that?
Yeah, it's a lovely shape, like kind of classically shaped urn.
It's a classic urn.
With a like vase bottom and a kind of little top. It's all matte black.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the pixelated, like, I'm thinking Atari, old Nintendo
nailing
style in white lettering, it says game over.
And that's it.
I mean, that's kind of perfect for the right person.
And it turns out that there must be a lot of that right person, because I want you to guess on Etsy how many reviews that urn has. Take one more gander at it. Okay.
Okay.
How many reviews does this urn have?
Can I have a touchstone? Like, can you look up a...
Please.
I'm
happy to look up any urn you want.
Look up, like, the Star Trek urn.
Do you think that's the right touchstone for you?
Maybe not. Look up, like, classic urn.
Okay, is there anything that's jumping out at you?
Okay, the boxes on the left.
Those?
Yeah.
Okay, so boxed urn. Whoa, okay, wooden cremation urn, 2.1 thousand reviews, 4.8 stars.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Highly rated.
4.8, yeah, I would
Okay, game over.
So game over, that urn, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to guess it's very high. So I'm going to go 3,000 reviews.
Yeah, 3.2 thousand reviews. Which just seems...
I bet so many people, though, are like, I was really struggling with the exact right thing to honor my beloved, and, insert here, who had a...
Keep going.
Who had a specific sense of humor and loved video games.
Yeah.
And, like, wouldn't want any of this floofy...
Yeah.
And it makes me chuckle every time I look at it.
Every time I see it.
Just like
he would, yeah.
I feel like it's mostly me.
So here's a review. It's perfect. My husband would have roared laughing seeing this.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. Let me do one. Let's find one more to read.
I just thought it would be funny if there's an urn that says, I'm watching you.
Oh, this is tough. My brother chose this before he passed away, but they ordered blue and got black.
Oh, man.
It's still 5 stars review from that person, though. Okay. Anyways.
Can I have a question? I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have more at the funeral home you wanted to talk about?
It was just so weird. And like they bring you into a conference room and the people are actually really nice. And the main lady...
Actually? Why wouldn't they be?
I guess they would have to be. Yes. They need to be. That's a pretty
it's a very noble. It's a very noble.
It is a very noble thing.
To work in that industry and to be the face interacting with the grieving families
every day.
Yeah,
it is very noble. But you were brought into a conference room, and in our conference room, there was like a painting of this lady, and we're like, who the fuck is this lady? Like, it was so bizarre looking.
Was it?
It almost felt like
was
out
it
of
erotic or something?
what? No, it kind of actually looked like it almost looked like a Golden Girls, like just one of the Golden Girls like was done like a nice painting of
I know
them.
exactly what you're talking about, like sitting there in like kind of a pink like
Yes.
skirt suit.
Yes. And like
I feel like that exists. It's like this is a family business, and that was like one of the matriarchs who founded it.
I think you're like completely right.
Yeah.
But we're like, was this a client? Is it what you're saying? But it feels just odd. And then we didn't ask our main lady, which I feel like she would have probably known the answer. We asked, there was like another guy that like came in and out a couple times, and we were like, hey, like, what's this? And he was like, oh, I don't know, but I think it's related probably to the family or something. But I'm like, if it's random, it feels so random.
I don't think it's random.
But yeah, anyways, so weird when it was urn time to like, let's maybe go see some urns, you got to walk through the room with all the different casket models.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. But our urn selection, if this is interesting to you.
Of course it is.
We all gravitated to the same one. It was like, oh, we should get that urn.
What was it?
It's I'll put a picture up. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna put a picture
Okay.
I'll show you later.
Okay.
But it was just I don't know.
An urn that spoke to you.
I saw it and was thinking like, oh, that's not going to be what they want, like in my mind. And then, some time goes by and my mom's like, what about that one? And I was like, oh, I love that one. And my brother's like, that's the one I'm drawn. So it really worked out great.
That's great.
Yep.
Can I ask you something that's a little gauche?
Please.
How much are those urns running?
The urns?
Yeah.
I
how much was that urn?
Ooh.
About.
No. It was about, just for the urn, I think it was between $300 to $500.
Okay.
And I bet we could have gotten it for half on Amazon. I think they upcharge a little bit at the funeral home.
Sure they do.
They need
but that's
to.
what they got to do.
It's a business.
It is a business.
And I'm happy to pay it. Happy to pay it.
One thing, I have a few... It's also like, you're not going to skimp.
Yeah.
There.
What are their margins, though, I wonder?
I also have to wonder, like, how haunted are those places? Did you get any weird vibes?
Just the painting thing. But yeah, okay. I don't know where they keep
the bodies.
Right.
And I'll move on from that. We'll quickly pivot.
Yeah.
Oh, what I wanted to ask you is going through all this nostalgia stuff.
Yeah. Oh, so I've been going through a ton of their stuff. I've been scanning photos, finding cool old stuff. Yes. Go on.
And you finding that letter before the computer died.
Yeah.
And, I feel like I live my entire existence of parenthood and anything, being a wife, through the lens of what will they see after I'm gone? Like, how will this hit for them after I'm gone? So
hold on. Be very clear here what you're trying to say, because this isn't something I would expect you to say. So I need you to almost start over because I'm confused.
Okay. Like, for example, I now, for the first couple of years of their lives, it was like every month, but I write our kids an email to their email addresses.
Yeah.
And telling them about like where they are in development, what's been going on. And it's all through the lens of, after I pass, I want them to have this because, and it's also like, I have this one letter from my mom. I have a couple of cards. I have very little from them that was like emotional, like the letter you got from your dad. What a gift.
Yeah.
And so I want to make sure I'm leaving tons of that stuff. Even on the podcast, I'm like, that's tricky because there's definitely stuff in the podcast that I don't want them
Sure.
hearing at different,
Sure,
and
sure,
I
sure.
don't know.
Yeah.
But it comforts me to know that they'll have kind of element, me talking about how hilarious that was that Otis did,
Mm-hmm.
and know hopefully it shines through just like how deeply I love them. How deeply I love you. If I were to pass, like how
Yes.
you would receive like my love beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And so has that given you like receiving that letter from your dad,
Mm-hmm.
going through that, does that, I know it's so soon, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
just curious, like, has it shaped how you feel about the imprint you're making?
As a father, or what I'm leaving behind?
Both, I guess.
You're blowing my mind here, because I don't know if it was 4, 5, 6, 10 episodes ago, we had the conversation leading up to or about the garage sale, and you almost getting rid of all these mementos, and me feeling like you're almost a cold-hearted, no nostalgia witch, right? And it's so interesting. I never thought that version of you would even be thinking of this stuff, yet I know you do all this amazing stuff of the emails and
Well, it's
whatnot.
different. I guess I think my love language is like words, and I think that's so much more meaningful than. Now, there was one thing that I unfortunately did get rid of and I really regret, and I thought I didn't because I thought you stopped me from doing it, which is this book that my mom had written in the margins of like, it was like old English, whatever.
Yes.
And I thought I set it aside.
Yeah.
But it turns out I don't think we still have it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that had like her handwriting and, it had a specific imprint of her.
Yeah.
But like random stuff like that, I think it's good to have a few key things.
Yeah.
But words and like the feelings are different to me.
Yeah. So what was your original question? Sorry, because I got sidetracked.
I don't know. I guess
Has it changed the way I look about stuff?
Also, I mean, that's that moment that I have thought about so much that you were experiencing with, like, I, of course, believe your dad's spirit still very much exists and you are going to be entering into a new relationship with him.
Sure.
But that thing of like, now you are seeing, you're entering the password. You have access to everything. You're seeing it all.
Yes.
And it feels almost tricky. Like I would be nervous to see something I wasn't supposed to see or something that feels too personal or all of those feelings.
Right.
I guess I want to ask you about that.
Yeah. So the too personal thing, that I think I've been very mindful going into the whole process. I found a couple things of like more like letters to like my mom and whatnot that I'm like, that almost gets into that territory sort of that I was mindful of and maybe like didn't look at or just passed to her or something. Right.
Yeah.
As far as like a lot of stuff, one thing that we realized was just how organized my dad was, which was really cool. And was like, oh, I want to be organized, because that just made all of this so much easier.
Yes.
Because you do hear, I've heard from friends, like sometimes anything from navigating financial stuff to finding old stuff can be really hard to do, right?
So overwhelming. I mean, so overwhelming.
So that was an interesting takeaway. But then my parents, and I think this is where I get it, they have held on to a lot of the kind of stuff that we're talking about, whether it's artwork or newspaper clippings or like just from over the years.
Nostalgic stuff.
Yes. So there is probably more than most people are used to going through. But I don't know. I guess every family is different. But you and I talked about this going through the garage. I've been having this interesting sense about nostalgia because I love looking at that stuff and whatnot and just thinking about it a lot. And then I really got thrust into it recently and have been thinking about it even more. And I am like, why is it so special? Why is it so comforting? And this is an example I'll give you. And I wasn't even really going to tell you this until I did it, but it seems very appropriate now. I found some old home movies.
Oh.
Like old home movies.
Like from when you were alive or before?
Both.
Oh, wow.
So that I'm going to go take to get transferred, right? I might even do it today when you have your little thing. And going through the airport, I didn't want them to go through the scanner.
Yes.
And I Googled and I guess the film's already developed. So it's probably not a big deal, but ask them to hand check it if you can. If film's not developed, you really don't want it to go through.
Right.
Anyways, so I'm at the TSA in Boise and I get up there and I have my little Ziploc bag with the stuff ready to go. And I said, hey, I need you to hand check these. There's some home videos. And the guy takes them, he's down and he hands it off to two guys that I see in the distance. I'm waiting for my other stuff to go through the bags. And then I start walking up and the one guy is like, this yours? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, wow, some old stuff. I used to be in TV. And I was like, yeah, I think it's 8mm. And he's like, yep. And then the other guy comes and they're both probably in their 50s. And they start asking me questions about it. And I was like, yeah, I was going through stuff and found it. And the one guy goes, oh my God, you must have heard the angel happen when you saw it.
Wow.
And you could see their eyes lighting up just looking at these old canisters of film.
Wow.
And I'm like, what is it about this that these guys they're getting sentimental. One of them has my brother's name on it. And they're like, are you Matt? And I was like, no, that's my brother. But they were so interested in this thing because it's old.
Yeah.
And what is it about us?
And they know that you have that connection. I mean,
they know I'm going to find out something sort of, or see something that I've never seen.
I think it also especially video.
Yeah.
Makes you feel connected to the people you love, but also the people they loved. I mean, it's kind of a family history thing.
Yeah.
And I think also, it's twofold. I think it's seeing people you love at a different stage of life and seeing also how they this is the emails I sent. I want our kids to know that when they were babies, I couldn't stop smelling their heads or whatever it was. To see me in the light of being a mother to them as babies. And that's going to be very different from me being their mother when they're adults. And
yeah,
I think also it's this idea of you're giving audience to a time and reverence to a time that has passed and that could so easily just be forgotten.
Yeah.
And almost it makes you feel seen.
Yeah.
Because this is a way of kind of time to be hacked. I feel the same way. I have a few videos of my mom at her 4th birthday party and it's no audio.
Whoa.
And it's strange seeing her as a child, but it makes me feel very connected to her.
Yeah.
And you said, seeing your parents before they had kids.
Yeah.
And in this different kind of phase of life.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I feel it too. And I'm not nostalgic about things, but I am nostalgic about, I'm so glad you have that. And the visual and the words and stuff like that. And the personal, to me, that's so personal versus a tie or something.
Yeah, that's interesting. I also going through so many photos and us just being on our trip to Bordeaux, I was really obsessed with video while we were in Bordeaux.
Yes.
Which
was amazing.
And I think also what I realized that I kind of zeroed in on in Bordeaux was the footage is of us, right? It's of the family. It's of us with some of the sights and things, but it's more about what I want to capture is the feeling of what it was like being us at those things. Right.
Which you did so well. You made these little videos that was a compilation of kind of our time. And I just want to say that's something that it's a skill I don't have, where I have a friend, Vanessa, who gets the most incredible footage and shots of her kids in action, moving through life. And their personalities shine through and the messiness of life, all of it's there. Whereas all of my photos of us are posed and smiling and not real life, which I think you captured in your videos. And I'm so grateful that we have that.
That's awesome. And but I don't think there's anything wrong with those other photos. What I did find interesting, me going through photos from, 50 years, the ones where you're not in it, which, God, there are a lot of those photos, when people go on vacation, they mean nothing.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Which that's a takeaway that I think I'll take moving on in life is like, I mean, if you're a photographer, that's another thing. And you're like, oh, I want to capture this amazing moment. But like, just give me the goods of the family in these things and whether it's posed or not posed. But that was interesting going through so many photos where it's like, I don't know what this is and I don't care. And like, but yeah, it's just interesting. But it's wild. But it felt nice to go through all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we did find some like really old things from like my grandparents, which is cool. It's just cool to see that stuff and how life was back then. It's like
totally
so different.
Another thing, just to wrap this up,
Yeah.
if you're comfortable sharing,
Yeah.
can you share about the camera? That also feels like a sign maybe for our kids.
Yeah. So going through all this stuff, we came across a couple cameras, and I've been really just into video stuff because of our trip and just lately in general. So I was very intrigued by these cameras. And one of them was just like an old little compact camera, and it was it's pristine. It looks like I could have bought it yesterday. But we looked it up and it's from like 2013 and it's dead. So we had to like get a battery charger thing for it. But we revive it and I turn it on and there's only 2 images on the camera and it's one of each of our kids. That's it, which was just beautiful. It just seemed
so beautiful.
So
and then you
awesome.
came home and showed them.
Yeah.
Like, look on Zeta's, what they called him, camera.
Yeah.
There's one of you, Teddy, and there's one of you.
And there was nothing else. And it was also interesting, too, where that was something like I really wanted. And I was like, is it okay if I have this? And my mom was like, oh, you guys can have whatever you want. And my brother was like, between my brother and I, it's like we both, the stuff that we wanted there was like nothing
overlapping
at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he saw these binoculars that meant so much to him that, I was like, oh, yeah, of course. And this little camera, I was like, I said I wanted it before I turned it on to see these photos.
Wow.
It's wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I love you so much. And, I'm here for you. And
oh my God, you've been incredible. What a surreal, wild time. Though.
Yeah. I do think also, you have to be so gentle with yourself and this is going to come in waves as we go. And I think right now is at this weird time before we're having the celebration of life.
Yeah.
But then after that,
Yeah. And it's going to feel so weird getting back into, quote, normal life. And then you and me haven't even like really downloaded the whole summer, which like feels like it needs to be sort of downloaded. And everything just feels so surreal. And I will say, though, that this summer, if there's any like beauty in all of it, I've been like more present in the moment this entire summer.
Yeah.
Than any other summer I can remember, sort of.
I feel totally the same way.
Yeah. It just seems, it's nice to hear you say that resonates. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night.
Good night.